All right, I'm happy you made it to this page. I applaud you for being brave. Most people won't make it to this. This means you are one step closer to actually making some change. And you're actually curious. There's something inside you that says, maybe what he's telling me is going to be a little different than what I've seen. And maybe I can line up with these people or this person to make a permanent change. Now, I could sit here and talk to you about how innovative Robyn and I are designing these programs. We're bringing in yoga and weight training and mobility work and eating right. But that's not really what makes our program different. We're really about, in the end, making miracles happen. And this is nothing short of a miracle because I've been working with people for so long. I can tell you to change a person, particularly once they've established habits for, in some cases, 20 and 30 years, is nothing short of a miracle. But it can happen. And if you line up with what we talk about, we can make it happen. Now, before I keep pumping you up, let me share a story with you. Um, about 2009, I was seeing a ton of success in my business, my small business, gymnastics and personal training. I was packed. I had people waiting to work with me. I was working basically 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had 2 hour lunch. That means I got to work out really hard. And I had some time to either take a nap, eat some food, and get back to work. I was working with a group of clients and I started throwing some heart palpitations. And I started freaking out. Like, here I am, supposed to be the pinnacle of health. And I was in the hospital for heart palpitations. The wheels fell off. I didn't really realize what truly being healthy is. And I'm here to share how I've come through all that and how to avoid some of the pitfalls. To name some of the things, some of the symptoms that I had at the time, I had trouble sleeping. I had anxiety, depression, hormone imbalance, digestive issues. I had problems with memory. I was achy and sore all the time, even though I worked out 6, 7 days a week. I was sick all the time, and particularly, I would work my whole week, and Friday night, usually when I maybe had a day and a half off, I'd start to come down with a massive cold or a flu, or I was sick multiple times throughout the year, and I didn't know what was wrong. I went to go see some help initially after having some really horrible experiences with panic attacks. I was in Hawaii once with my wife, supposedly enjoying myself, and I had spoken to a shrink before I got on the plane who told me it could have been childhood trauma. Well, this just really sent me into a tailspin because I wasn't sleeping at the time. I get to Hawaii. We're supposed to be enjoying ourselves. At that point, I think I hadn't slept in almost 2 days. And in the middle of the night, I look at my wife and I'm like, there's someone standing in the room. And she's freaking out because she thinks someone broken in. And she says, no, there's no one here. And I go, no, there's someone standing right there in front of the bed. Well, of course, she thinks I'm seeing aberrations. There was no ghost. I was so tired, so ill that I didn't even know what to do. I was crying all the time. I was emotional. I didn't know what to do. So come back. We get off the plane, and I start to seek some physical help from a doctor, a Western doctor, who basically tells me that I'm not sick in the Western sense. I didn't set off some massive red flags. I was sick. He just didn't know how to treat me and didn't know what was really wrong with me. In the end, he told me it was my culture why I was really lazy and wanted to sleep all my time. But that's a whole separate video that we can talk about. So come 2009, that was 2009. In May 2010, my wife and I, and by my wife and I mean my wife, put together a plan to really help me. I was so tired. I didn't know what to do and who to seek help. So we attacked it on all fronts. We came up with an eating plan. We came up with a movement plan, the right amount of balance and exercise to get better. And I saw a little help from an acupuncturist, massage, yoga. As you can see where this is going, through my heartache and pain, we come to realize what health and wellness really mean. And if you have goals of strength and sports, that's all part of it. We can bring that in. But really what our program brings in is how to have that wellness and health and fitness all come together. So enough about the past. Now we're in the now. Let me tell you what now brings for me. I wake up every morning excited about the things that I do. being with my family. Taking care of my family is incredibly important, but I need to make sure I take care of myself also. So I wake up every morning going, what do I get to do? Now, I love to lift weights and I love to run, but those can be still a chore for a lot of people. I get to play. I started, out of all this, I started training jujitsu, and something inside me was discovered. That that little kid, or that you can say that little kid inside me was happy to play again, and really it excited me about getting outside and doing something that was not related to achieving more reps, leaner, a better body composition. It was just about being in the moment, and I discovered that. And I vow to you, I promise you that what Robyn and I have innovated here will change your life. But you got to take that journey. You got to take that step forward. And this is the first part of the challenge. And this is why I'm so adamant and so passionate about making sure you get to this point. If you haven't gotten to this point, you're just not ready. And in my experience, people need to be ready to hear it. If you're not ready to hear it, that's fine. But you might know someone who needs to hear this. That's just continuously putting a band-aid over, like, well, I work out. It's not enough. It's got to be on all fronts. This is a tremendous opportunity for you to reevaluate your life. Learn something new that we've actually discovered through some trial and error and through my own personal experiences, and experience. So hit that button. Let's get started now.